So I'm over here at the boat here in Alegria that we bought. If you guys haven't been watching the series, I think this is like the 4th one. You should really go check that out because it's a lot of work and it's gonna be fun to watch from the very beginning to end. But anyways, I want to show you what we've done so far and then kind of our plans for what's next. So let's do that. So first order of business is to replace these patches because they were made out of bad wood and the bugs and stuff chewed through them. There's a big hole. So you can see here, this patch is actually not bad, okay? But the one next to it was really bad, so we had to sit there and remove it. There was a lot of glue and stuff, really hard to remove, but slowly chiseled away without hurting the rest of the hole around it. And now we have open, clear holes that we can patch. We also dug out under the hole itself because some of the patches are really low and hard to get to. And then when it was high tide, we put some planks and stuff underneath, kind of lifted the boat just a few inches, just so that when we come here and put a temporary patch, we have room to work and we can do it fast between high and low tides. So let's see what else. So eventually, once we get it to the boatyard, we're also gonna have to replace these, what they call outriggers, and these, what they call outrunners, because they're changing the laws, and at least in Darwin area where they don't want to use bamboo anymore. They want them to be like solid planks and stuff. So these will be much stronger, longer, and then the outrunners will be like one big solid, I don't know, kind of like a trimaran or something, a catamaran. Just one big piece instead of these bamboo ones. So of course in the last video or two we talked about just kind of remodeling the deck just a little bit to make it perfect, like extending this. It'll be an 8-foot platform here with bathroom and all that, but that is pretty far down the line. I just wanted to point it out, like we're still every day getting things on our head, making more and more different drawings. So actually maybe in a future video I'll put some of our ideas and drawings for the deck on here so you guys can give me more ideas, but that's pretty far down the road. So another thing we're working on is replacing this engine, and we were taking it out piece by piece because in our mind it saves us little time, and it also gets about over 1,000 pounds out of the boat to help it float when we're ready with the patches. We're not going to put it in the new motor here. We ordered a new engine. It's coming. It's not new, but it's a running big diesel and it's a good one. So we're going to kind of rebuild it, and before we put it in, putting it in is going to be a massive ordeal because look at this. This is a real small entryway. So I think we're debating right now. We're going to talk to some experts, but I think we have to take up this whole wheelhouse and move it forward or backwards like 10 feet, and then set up like a crane system above the hull so we could drop down this big new engine, because this is a massive engine. It's bigger than my van, but that's what we're working on now. Every day the tide comes in and fills this entire compartment. You've seen that in other videos, and it was really annoying at first working underwater, but now it's so hot here that it's actually kind of nice working underwater. I never thought I'd be working on an engine underwater, but yeah, doing new things every day. Yeah, this boat is super solid, man. This is definitely built right materials, right paint. Like I said previously, I've rented a lot of boats because we have a lot of divers right now, and you can just tell the ones that are built right and not built right. We've had divers that sit down and they all stand up and their whole backs are white from the paint peeling off, and this is not a new paint job. So we know what looks good, it works good, and this boat was really done right. So I'm not put off when I have to fix patches and things like that, because we have to fix those patches. That's fine. We might even reskin the entire outside or have it done. That's not a huge job, because just like we have to replace the outriggers because of this new law, another new law is they want this to be fiberglass lined boat. Old boats are fine, they're like grandfathered in, but to re-register a new boat, it has to be fiber lined. So we basically have to do the hull anyways. It's an added expense, but it's not a huge expense or a huge time waster. We'll get it done. So yeah, as long as this thing is built right, we have a good foundation to start with. So I want you guys to stay positive on that. Once we get those new patches on, this thing will float itself, and we have to go and take away some of the seawall that they put up to protect it. Not bad, you know. We just get some workers out there and remove that coral and rock they put there, and then we'll get it up and float it out, and then tow it over. I don't know if you can see the island in the background, but that's our island. That's Negros Oriental. We're on Cebu right now. We'll be able to tow it over there to a boatyard. So what we're gonna do right now, actually leave here, leave the boat, go back to our island and search for a boatyard that could do the repairs. So enough talking, guys. I think you know my vision here. We got a long ways to go. Let's get back to Darwin.
Hey guys, if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member. The link is down below. Channel members get all kinds of perks, including free diving, discounted dive courses, awesome t-shirts, and a lot more. Whatever you do, I want to thank you so much for all your support. Thank you.
Back on our island, Negros Oriental. Just got off the ferry. We're gonna head up the coast now to a little place called Bais, or Bais City, and we're meeting a boat builder there. He's gonna show us his boat yard. We're gonna show him photos of the boat, try to get some tips on the best way to patch it up so we can tow it over here. Let's see if it's a good yard though in the first place. So if you guys watched our typhoon videos last year when this whole place was flooded, you're gonna be shocked how clean this place is, because last time we were here it was completely under mud. It was insane. It was a disaster. And this parking lot that I'm in right now, that was like our assembly area for our relief trucks. I didn't even know this was paved because it was like 10 foot of mud and then dried later into dirt. I didn't even know it was paved, so this is crazy. Anyways, we're meeting the boat builder here. He's meeting us here in this parking lot. He'll jump in our truck and then we'll go to the yard and we'll check out the yard and see if it's a good place. We arrived at the shipbuilder guy's yard, I guess. I don't know if it's his house or his yard. I think it's kind of both. He could just get the ships up on his beach. And we're looking at some of the other boats he's doing from scratch, some others that he's repairing, and it looks like really good work. So if they have room for our boat, yeah, I don't know. Let's just go talk to him, get translated, see what he could do, show him some photos of our boat. Because, can you see that? Mm-hmm. That's where our boat literally is. So this is a long drive from home, like 2 hours, right? Almost. but our boat is literally right there. So we would just cross this strait on a flat day like this, and we wouldn't have to go all the way down the coast, around Dumaguete, all the way down there until later, until we have our own motor that can power itself. So let's look around, and I like this area. It's not trashed, man. That one we looked at in Bohol, everything was trashed, dirty, not a good looking neighborhood. We're worried about stuff getting stolen. This is like a country. I mean, we could be in a country spot in freaking Louisiana right now. I mean, it's pretty nice. Let's go talk to the guy though.
Yeah, looking at this boat that he just built here, our boat builder, if you look at the length of this, sitting on the ground, it looks massive. It really does. But in reality, ours is the same length, and I think ours is a little bit wider. And it's going to be hard to believe when it gets up here that our boat's as big as this thing. This is huge. This really gives me hope for our boat, because I wanted a big boat, and this is definitely a big boat. So I guess we're getting what we want.
So he built this boat from scratch. We just had a long conversation about what we need to do, and we're checking out this boat because it's almost the same design as mine. And yeah, it's really, really high quality. And he built it in a month with his crew. The material kind of depends on, it's not his problem, it depends on the you know, what his customer buys. You know, he gives his recommendation. Anyway, we'll have the best wood and materials possible. Yeah, it's not gonna be a problem. We're gonna reskin the whole outside. It's not gonna be a huge expense. Really, really high quality. I like this one. So I think if they can build this boat from scratch with lumber that the client had them use, I think they can reskin and rebuild our boat.
Yeah, our boat's awesome, but this is awesome seeing this boat because he's using these timbers, which is not dimensional lumber. It's not, you know, anywhere uniform.
It's not factory cut.
Ours is all uniform. It's dimensional lumber. It's going to be an easy job to take and skin it compared to what he had to do to build this boat.
Yeah, he was inside and out of this, checking out their work, and things are really flush. They're cut perfect. They did a really good job on it, and this is an entire boat from scratch, so I think they could do whatever we want.
Yeah, I mean, we got plans for our boat. We got dimensional lumber that our boat is built from. And this guy here, he's building this entire boat, you know, pretty much out of scratch.
In a month, by the way.
And he's using this type of lumber, which, you know, I wouldn't even think about using. But he's doing a hell of a good job with
it. He cut it, ripped it, perfect dimensions.
So if he can use this lumber to build that boat, I can only imagine what he can do with our boat, with the skeleton we have. It's going to be awesome.
And we got more plans with the outriggers, outrunners, to make them not bamboo, make them real solid and whatever. And then of course fiber it. We haven't even mentioned the fiber to him yet because we want to do one thing at a time, see how he does. But we feel really good about this crew and this lot. We checked out a lot of yards and it was junk, scary area. So yeah, of course we want the pros to help us, but we're gonna be here for every step of the way filming it for this boat build series. All right, guys, so I think we have a plan. One, I think we found our builder and the whole crew. I think we found the boat yard. Everything is just clean and nice beach, not rocky. I think we found the ultimate spot. So we got a plan, and this is gonna be hilarious for the next video. You're probably wondering why my filmer editor is in the video, not behind the camera. Well, that's because on Thursday, he's gonna come here, he's gonna bring his hammock, he's gonna camp out, here on the beach, because at like 3:30, 4 a.m. they're gonna get on this tiny boat, this tiny freaking boat, and go across the Tannin Strait all the way to Cebu, where our boat is at. The crew, they didn't want to drive over, they want to take their own boat over with some material and stuff, and I said okay. I was like, who is standing on my foot? Look.
Guard dog.
That was super distracting. I was like, dude, why are you standing on my foot? But anyways, they're gonna take this tiny little boat over the strait all the way to Cebu, somehow find our boat on the coastline. I'm gonna send him with like a waterproof GoPro and waterproof bag. It's gonna be hilarious. Me and Dexter and the rest of the crew are gonna drive in our nice AC dry van or a truck on the ferry all the way like we did last time, and we'll meet them there sometime on Friday. So hey, you want to work for Critter Republic, right? So
let's freaking do this.
guys, I'll admit I have no idea where we're going right now.